Now, campaigners are calling for more to be done to keep young offenders out of prison. The number of 15 to 17-year-olds in prison has doubled in the last 10 years, and more than 8 out of 10 boys or young men who are released from jail go on to reconvict within just 2 years.
Well, the group Smart Justice argues that community-based solutions are a more effective way of dealing with the problem. Well, tonight the organisation will use drama, dance and film performances to launch their campaign. Well, James Ingham has been to meet some of those involved in this scheme.
You have no idea what excites me, what I like.
This is gritty drama, exploring some of the issues surrounding crime and some of the pressures many young people face.
Do better, boy. Be better, boy. It's church this, church that.
This play in rehearsal sees a shoplifting teenager brought face to face with his victim. It's called Restorative Justice.
I suppose it's made me feel slightly less powerless.
And it's designed to get both the offender and the victim to understand each other.
This production will form the centrepiece of the campaign launch. The aim is to challenge people's preconceptions of crime and punishment and show those who make policy how it affects people and communities. Many of the actors here have either had experience of the criminal justice system or are from backgrounds which put them at risk of offending.
After a difficult childhood, Chris Streaks got involved in petty crime. He was sent to jail 18 times and has spent 20 years behind bars. But he's been clean for 5 years and after discovering drama has become a professional actor.
And whilst I went to prison for minor offences, I learnt more about crime in prison than I knew when I was out. So I met more older, experienced criminals, I learnt more about crime, and I came out worse than what I was when I actually went in.
We need to tackle the causes of crime, so we also need more initiatives that are court orders that supply compulsory work in the community for young people who will do that work to pay back for the damage they've caused by their crimes. That's much more effective than sitting around in a prison cell doing nothing and basically learning how to be a better criminal.
If she comes like
3 of the performers in the play are Kizzy, Conrad and Tristram, teenagers who've steered clear of trouble. But growing up in inner-city London, they've seen others get into crime, and they have a clear idea of why.
There's not really much to do, like people are just on the streets and they try and find things to do like for themselves, so like yeah, it can have a heavy effect on crime, like having nothing to do.
I feel things like youth clubs and theatres, they can really, and music studios, they can really help people because they can work on what they like.
There's been a lot of talk in the news about overcrowding of prisons and prison numbers of inmates being at record highs.
Yeah, and why are they taking people in for like shoplifting and stuff? Like, there's no point putting someone in prison for shoplifting if prisons are overcrowded. Find an intermediate between, some other way to deal with it.
With the prison population at an all-time high, the government will need to urgently address this issue. These young actors hope their show will convince doubters that prison is not always the answer. James Ingham, BBC News.